Hello and welcome on this new midweek analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So as we can see, my friends, I have sent of course the signal on Saturday, but unfortunately most of the market did not go in the way I have predicted. And again guys, this is normal. However, yesterday I have to highlight that we also had the CPI news, and by the way, I'm not blaming the news at all. I'm just saying that we had yesterday the news. The market was originally not going in my direction, which is again normal. However, the CPI news, of course, has caused a chaos in the market yesterday. And as you can see, the EURUSD has been ranging. Actually, almost all of the USD pairs was actually ranging yesterday upon the announcement of this news. So again, we have to be aware that today also, on Wednesday, 15th February, we are having the core retail sales at 5:30 p.m. Dubai time and 1:30 p.m. GMT time. Of course, my friends, these news might, of course, change the direction of the market and therefore change the outcome of the signals which you are about to receive in this video. So again, please be extra careful about your funds, and I highly recommend you to stop any trades during these news. Also, we are having today for the pound pairs, we are having the CPI, of course, which is going to occur at 11 a.m. Dubai time. That's like 7 a.m. GMT time. Please guys also be careful about these news. And then finally Thursday tomorrow, we are having the core PPI news for the USD pair on the same time, 5:30 p.m. Dubai time, 1:30 GMT time. So please be careful and be aware to close your trades accordingly before the news hit the market. Anyway, let's now begin with the midweek analysis video, and let's now start with the EURUSD. But before that, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and of course share the video. So let me just for a starter tell you something. Usually the market might actually change its direction, and therefore we have to adapt with it and just follow the market's direction regardless to our previous analysis. Now I have to mention something here. The EURUSD is most likely going to continue the fall, but not now. The market is most likely now going to continue the rise till it reaches the level of the resistance right here, the real level of the resistance exactly at 1.08851. Until then, we are going to start buying the EURUSD till it reaches that level of a resistance. Now, let me just tell you something. Now we are having here an upper trend for the EURUSD. Actually, let me just delete the old signal. So it's going to be a clear chart. Now we are having here on daily chart, we're having here the upper trend, and as you can see, the EURUSD seems like it's actually respecting so far that level of a support trend line. But on the bigger picture also, we are having that level of a resistance, just to be sure and clear, exactly like that. Now pay attention. This level of a previous resistance at 1.08864, this was, of course, my friends, a very strong key level of a support. The market has actually been ranging there for a while, and then, of course, it created another strong key attempt of a support, and then the market has now become a resistance exactly on the same level. So that being said, I strongly believe that the EURUSD is actually going to continue rising like this to reach that level of a real resistance, and afterwards the EURUSD will make the major bearish breakout from that support trend line and then start the fall. However, until then, we are going to start buying the pair. Now pay attention. First of all, we are having here a broken level of a resistance like this, which has already become a new support. And another thing here which is really important, the price action. That price action, this one right here and this one, the reversed hammer. Once I see this kind of price action has appeared on a bigger time frame, such as weekly or daily or even 4-hour time frame, once you see this candle has appeared on a support level, on a previous resistance, creating a new support, usually that's a strong indicator for the bullish reversal. Therefore, I believe that the EURUSD right now is going to continue the rise. Now, however, let's now see what we can do with this pair. So let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we just have to highlight the real level of the support, which is exactly right here. This was, of course, my friends, the nearest strong real level of a support. We can see that this was, of course, a real level of a resistance. Then the market has made here the attempt of the support number 1, then here support number 2, and then we had here in the middle a fake breakout. Then again, we are back to support number 1, because of course we start the count right after the fake breakout or the real breakout. Whatever, any breakout happened, usually we start counting the support attempts right after they occur. Therefore, we're having here another support number 1. So that being said, I believe that the EURUSD is actually going to continue the fall, and we can start buying the pair exactly from that point at the second attempt this time of the support, and this time most likely we are going to continue buying the pair till the market reach the level of the resistance exactly right there. And let's just make it more safe right here. This was of course the nearest strong key support level to our entry. So that being said, we can buy the EURUSD at 1.07103 and keep the trade running till it reaches the previous support at 1.08385, which means it's gonna provide us with about 128 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone is gonna be ranging just till the absolute lowest level of the support right here at 1.06621, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 48 pips against 128 pips of profit. And let's now move to the pound USD. Alright, so of course we have to get rid of the old signal for the pound USD. It's also not going well, and we have to change the direction right now. Of course the market has changed the direction, we just have to follow with it. Now for the daily chart. Now again for the daily chart, we can see similar thing to the pound USD. We're having here that support trend line, and seems like the pound USD is indeed respecting the upper trend, and most likely right now it's gonna actually continue the rise after it falls to the same level of the support trend line and respects the real level of the support right here, and afterwards it's gonna continue the rise. I think it's really simple and straightforward analysis. Now let's just move to the daily 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly right here, my friends, that this was of course the nearest strong real level of a support exactly right here at 1.21024, and seems like, as I mentioned earlier, the pound USD will continue the fall till it reached that level of the real support as mentioned earlier, which also became a real resistance in the past, and of course that support trend line is most likely gonna be respected again. I think it's really simple and very clear how the market is gonna move for the pound USD. I don't see any doubt in it. I mean, this is really one clear and just straightforward analysis. However, if the pound USD is going to reach this point, we can keep the trade running, my friends, till it hit the absolute highest level of the resistance exactly right here at 1.22649. Meanwhile, the safe zone should not be ranging lower than this level of a real support as well at 1.20289, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 72 pips, I think, until the take profit level is gonna be 162 pips of profit. Moving now to the AUDUSD. Alright, so of course we have to change the signal. I don't believe that the AUDUSD is gonna be good to be sell anymore. Let me just change the signal and let's see now what we can do with this pair. Now let's move to the daily chart. Alright, so now on the daily chart, my friends, we are also seeing that the market has also formed here a strong support trend line, and seems like the market also is respecting that triangle. Let me just clone this one here, just like that. So we're having here, my friends, that triangle, and seems like the AUDUSD is indeed still ranging inside of it. Now that means that we have to look at the left side to find a very strong key support level, which we can of course rely on to continue buying this pair. Now as you can see right here, my friends, this was of course the very strong real level of a support in the past, and the market has always been respecting this level as 0.69081. It was of course a real level of a resistance as well, and then lately the market has made here the bullish breakout from that resistance, and as we can see the market has made several attempts of the support on the same level. Now combining this with the channel that we're having right here, or the triangle, most likely the AUDUSD is indeed going to continue the rise after it fall for about 50 pips maybe. Then of course we cannot decide the entry based on the daily chart. We are just analyzing the direction of the market. So therefore I believe that the AUDUSD is indeed going to continue the rise. Now the question is where exactly we can start buying this pair. The answer lies of course on the real level of a support. Now this level of a support at 0.69337 was indeed a very strong real level of the support. Previously also it was a real level of the support, and of course it was a strong key resistance level. Now that means that the AUDUSD most likely is going to continue the fall till it reaches exactly that level of the support, and afterward we can start buying the pair. Now I believe also that the AUDUSD might actually reverse after reaching exactly that level of a previous resistance right here. There is a chance that the AUDUSD, and very similar to the EURUSD, is going to reach that level of the real resistance, since we are having here a fake breakout from that level of resistance as 0.70461, and after the market reach that level, it's going to make a bearish reversal and break out from that support trend line channel. That being said, I believe we can start buying the pair. And look at the left. We are having here also a real level of the resistance. Then we had another fake breakout happened right here exactly. So I strongly believe that the market is going to repeat itself and reach that level of a real resistance. And afterwards, it's going to make the major fall. So until then, we will continue buying the AUDUSD. So we have to buy it after it fall for about 28 pips, and then keep the trade running till we make about 112 pips of profit. Meanwhile, this safe zone won't actually be ranging lower than this level of a support right here at 0.68738, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 60 pips against 113 pips of profit. Moving now to the USDCAD. Alright, so the USDCAD was the only signal which is running well in profit so far. The market, of course, has been ranging inside of the safe zone due to the CPI news, but eventually right now it's running in about 37 pips. Of course, I cannot brag about the signal since the other ones have failed. Therefore, let's see now, my friends, what we can do next with the USDCAD. Now, first of all, let's move to the daily chart. Now, the daily chart shows us a very strong pressure from that resistance trend line, and seems like the market, of course, is still respecting that level of a resistance trend line. Now, of course, keep in mind that we're having here also a channel, which seems like the USDCAD is still actually ranging inside of it. And I believe after the appearance of that price action right here, especially on the daily chart, that price action shows us right here, my friends, a pressure to break out from that level of a resistance right here at 1.35050. Now, the market has made, of course, several attempts to break out from that level of a resistance. Then we had here a fake breakout. This structure right here made us thinking that the USDCAD has made, of course, the bullish breakout from that level and respecting that support. But, of course, that didn't happen. And the market just kept rising, falling inside of this channel. And, of course, that level of a previous support has already become a new resistance for several attempts. Of course, combining this with the channel, we can tell that the USDCAD is most likely now going to continue the fall. And the target, of course, has to be right here, the edge of that channel, which is equivalent, of course, to the lowest level of the support right here at 1.31775. So that being said, I believe we can consider shorting the USDCAD after it rises again for a certain level. The question is where? So moving to the 4-hour time frame. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, all we need to do, of course, is to identify the strongest real level of a resistance, and also we're going to use the same channel right here, which we have drawn earlier. So what I'm going to do, my friends, is simply drag the same line which I have drawn earlier and just place it right there exactly, just to be sure and accurate. Exactly right there. This is the one. Right here exactly. I have made sure that my line is actually touching every single resistance trend line in the pattern. And as you can see, each one of them was actually a real attempt of a resistance trend line. That being said, look at that. The USDCAD now is rising. And there is a chance that the market is actually going to reach this level, right? It's going to rise to reach that level. And most likely that level of a real resistance is going to be respected indeed. And from that point, we can start shorting the USDCAD after it rises for about 30 pips, I would say. Therefore, this is exactly where we can start shorting the USDCAD. Exactly right there at 1.33809. And the target, my friends, is going to be right here, the absolute lowest level of the support at 1.32613, where the market has reversed at the maximum, of course, which means the take profit level is going to be about 120 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be higher than the level of the resistance right here at 1.34453. The reason, of course, is we are relying fully on that channel. And most likely, if the market is going to be able to exceed that channel and reach the edge of the safe zone, then most likely this signal is no more valid. Keep in mind that we're also having here a real level of a resistance. So therefore, that's going to be the absolute highest level, the maximum level where the USDCAD might actually go against our direction. If the market is going to be able to reach, to exceed actually that level right here, then most likely this signal is no more valid. Therefore, let me now write the signal for you. Now moving to the USDJPY, which was the only signal which has worked perfectly well, but unfortunately I doubt if anyone have caught it from the entry, since actually the USDJPY has opened exactly from the buy level at 131.178. This was the exact opening of the market at the middle of the night on Monday, and as we can see right here, the market kept rising for about 156 pips, even more. Of course, it was somehow a good signal, perfect signal, but realistically, I don't believe anyone have entered it. Anyway, Let's now see what we can do next with the USDJPY. Let's move to the daily chart. All right. So this is, of course, the daily chart, and it seems to me like the USDJPY is indeed gonna continue the rise. That level of a real support, my friends, exactly right here at 132.023, cannot be ignored at all. Look at that. The market has always been respecting that level as a real support, and lately it of course has made here a fake breakout, but of course within time that level of a previous resistance right here has also been respected. This was of course the absolute lowest level of the support where the USDJPY has actually even fallen to before make the fake breakout right here and also reverses back. So that being said, if we draw here a support trend line from the absolute, I mean whatever you want, from here for example, like this, now we can see how the market, of course, my friends, has always respected that level of a support trend line. It made here 1 and 2 small attempts of a resistance trend line and instantly broke out from that level. The market did not even give a chance to that level of a resistance right here. Without even respecting it, the market just made a bullish breakout and then respected that level of a support, which means that the USDJPY is indeed going to continue the rise. The question is where exactly we can start buying this pair. Now let's just move to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the daily chart we have confirmed the direction, and now on the 4-hour time frame we will identify where exactly we can start buying this pair. Now if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not, right now the USDJPY is actually facing right here a real level of a resistance, which means the market right now is gonna make a fall. The USDJPY for the next few hours is gonna make actually a drop right here, and most likely that's gonna be of course our good chance to start buying the market. Now let's find where. So right here exactly, my friends, look at that. We're having here the absolute lowest level of the support right here exactly. This one, of course, right here, this tail represents the absolute lowest level of the support. Now the USDJPY is facing the resistance right here exactly at 132.865 and might actually drop like this, and that level of a previous resistance and that level of a previous support are going to be respected. This right here, my friends, what is happening? Okay, this level of the support, this tail, represents the support number 1, and I believe we can start buying the pair once it creates the support number 2. Now to support the theory, we need to draw here a support trend line, and I believe we can draw it of course like this, which of course confirm the direction. The market most likely is gonna bounce back right here once it reaches that level of previous support trend line, respecting the previous support level right here, which was of course previously a real level of the support. So that being said, let's wait for the USDJPY to fall for about 44 pips before we can start buying it. However, the take profit level this time is going to be, of course, the absolute highest level of a real resistance right there at 134.071. Meanwhile, the safe zone should not be ranging lower than this level of a support right here at 131.552, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 77 pips. Meanwhile, the take profit level is going to be 174 pips of profit. Moving now to the USDCHF. Now, of course, we have to get rid of the old signal, the USDCHF. It even might be going in the right direction, but also actually has exceeded the safe zone, which makes it no more valid, and actually we are not going to start buying this pair anymore. Let me just tell you what we can do next with the USDCHF. Let's go to the daily chart. Now the daily chart shows us a very, very ugly market, and I really, guys, hate so much to deal with this kind of market, and therefore I will be honest with everyone. This market right now at the moment is not trusted, and to keep your money safe and to keep my honesty also with you, I'm going to avoid analyzing the USDCHF until we see a clear chart or a clear pattern that we can rely on. Maybe, of course, the other signal providers or those market analyzers, they of course have sent the signals for the USDCHF. I don't know what they sent, but for me, myself, and for my audience, I'm highly recommending everyone to avoid trading the USDCHF. It's just now a big chaos right now. It's really just a big mess right here. And also I believe that the market right now is also running in this neutral channel, which makes it really unwelcoming trading environment. I don't like it. Therefore, we are ignoring the USDCHF for the midweek analysis, and we will wait for the market to give us a clear direction. Of course, we're having here a resistance trend line, but of course, again, I'm not happy with this one. I don't see any clear direction for the USDCHF. of course, if you wish to, you can start shorting right here, but I wouldn't actually give this analysis due to the price action that we're having right here, and also that the market right here has reversed on that level of a support. For me, myself, I don't find it clear at all. Therefore, forgive me, guys, no signal for the USDCHF in this midweek analysis video. And let's skip to the gold. All right, so now the gold, of course, it's a different story. The gold, of course, has a clear direction, and we can actually tell what's going to happen next with this pair. However, I believe the gold is going to continue the fall, or actually it's going to fall eventually. But however, we have just to adjust the entry point. If I'm not mistaken, the sell order right now has to be changed to be exactly right here. That's all. That's the entire changing that we're doing for the gold signal. The gold has, of course, given up upon the pressure from the previous support at 1870.41. And as we can see, has already here created two big wicks right here, represents, of course, a pressure from that level. Now, let me just tell you something. If we go to the left side, I need to zoom out like this. 1 second. If we scroll to the left side, we can see clearly, my friends, that this was indeed a very strong key level of a resistance, one at 1870.41. And the gold, of course, has made already 2 attempts to break out from that level of a resistance, which means we can actually start shorting the gold sooner than that. Let me just be sure, of course. So right here, we are having this support trend line, and what I'm going to do is simply drag the same support trend line and check this out. The market has indeed respected that level of a support trend line and created here a resistance trend line. You know what? Sorry. Let's keep the same one. I will just stick to 1870. That's going to be the best level to start shorting the gold. And I believe we can also adjust this safe zone to be right here. And this one to be right there. So as you can see, guys, a minor change for the gold signal. Just to be sure it's going to be accurate. To be at 1870.41. And of course, the safe zone is going to be just the same for about 200 pips. And the take profit level also is going to be the same for about 370 pips. Hopefully, guys, it's going to be in a good profit. And hopefully, it's going to be a beneficial signal for everyone. So in the end, I want to, of course, again, thanks everybody who have hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and shared the video. And also in the meantime, I want to again warn everybody about the news which is gonna occur today and tomorrow. Again, guys, please be careful. They might actually make a big impact on the market. So until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.